With nowadays factions, the rulebook is as thick as a Lord of the Ring book, making it hard for new players to create a base that falls under these ridiculous amount of rules. But fear no more. This is another ultimate, amazing and unrateable base design using my past experience with factions, so let's dig into it. And here we are, guys. This right here is a schematic for a 10x10, 5x5, 4x4, 3x3, 2x2, and oh my god, have I been waiting for a video, or to make a video like this. I'm gonna be honest, I've been very busy on the faction realms, playing my dose of factions. But I'm planning on doing a lot more releases for you guys, starting with this one. Of course, before I just release it, I want to talk about what makes this faction base the best, ultimate, and whatever I said earlier. This base right here is 2 chunks of the world border, because patching on the world border or right next to the world border is actually kind of difficult. Imagine that this bedrock right here is the world border, and if they're shooting all the way in here, which is actually possible on some servers, you'll have to go down all the way down here and patch like this. Because if you start to patch like this, you can't really fit any blocks because your player is there. So it makes it extremely hard, as well as right here, because you can't really place anything here. So you have to go like this and make it. It's just annoying, right? It's just annoying. That's why we made it. But alright, that's besides the point. So then of course we have a few traps right here. We have one right here. We have another ones over there. But this one right here is the one that we are focusing on. Because right here is the check wall for our 10x10 and of course a 5x5, 4x4, 3x3 and 2x2. I know, I made a lot of sizes of these because I really think that this base design is something that is extremely useful. But alright guys, I made this trap over here because if they are shooting right here and you want to get to a safe location or whatever, you can always use this one. It does have sand walls on top of it right here, so they can't just one stack into it or whatever. But alright, then we have 3 sand walls right here. I do suggest making a flat one right here, but of course you have 2 right here, so that should be good enough. And then we have another one over here a little bit further in, because this right here is an ocean. Now the ocean is extremely useful because you can actually hold someone ocean, because you don't accidentally fall down into the air that some blocks create. So regardless of what happens, you're always going to have water everywhere, making it pretty good to patch in. However, the ocean is only really good if you can somewhat outnumber them, or not outnumber them, but get enough people on to hold the motion. And that's why I only have one single chunk, because I assume that people that has a lot of people online most likely already know how to make their own base design. But don't worry, a 1 chunk ocean is also pretty good. And then something new to all my base designs, we are actually going to have anti-nuke sand walls right in the front. And you might be asking, Dexter, why are you doing that? And the reason for that is that when you adjust, your goal is to kind of try to get to a new location in somebody's walls where they haven't patched. But with anti-nuke sand walls, it's actually not possible to find a location you haven't already gone through, which means every single time that these guys need to adjust, they can really only go down. But I got a solution for that as well, because over here we have anti-nuke walls, 1 chunk over here as well. And those are really annoying, because you can't just adjust the cannon and go further into your base, because the nuke is absolutely useless against these walls, and it's going to make it horrible to raid you. But after we have 1 chunk of anti-nuke sand walls, we have a chunk right here of anti-nuke walls. Then we are gonna have sand walls every single chunk. But before we continue, there's another set of anti-nuke sand walls right here. So we are trying to pressure all of the anti-nukes in front of the base, which means it's going to be horrible for them to adjust. Normally, you will have your fences all the way at the base, but there's absolutely no point to that. But nowadays, cannons, nuking is always gonna work, and there's not gonna be a difference. So why not just put them at the front so they can't adjust? But alright, that's another set of anti-nuke sand walls. And then we're gonna have walls, and of course, we're gonna have our sand walls where this obsidian is right here. You can even see that over here. This is on the skim as well, so you can see exactly where everything goes. This right here is the wraparound. We are not really gonna do obsidian for that, because it's probably never get touched. But alright, then we're gonna have sand walls all the way into here. And the reason that I stopped with these obsidian pillars or whatever inside the sand walls here is because the counters actually doesn't go further than right here. So if you go, there we go. So we got 3 counters on each side lined up exactly like this. And all of them will be able to adjust all the way out to these. And the last one all the way over here also going to have enough right here. So you don't have to mine down sand for it to shoot. You can literally just mine out the obsidian pillars and you're good to go. But anyways, after that, we are still going to continue doing sand. We're not going to do it all the way in because right here, we actually stop doing sand walls. Because as soon as you get this far in, it doesn't really matter how many sand walls you have and most likely just going to be annoying to pad. But if you do get this far into the last sand wall, I'm pretty sure you already know that that is a problem. So there's no need for more sand walls to see how deep they're going. And then we have the base over here, which is pretty much just a huge area. I haven't actually split them up in different boxes because more and more faction servers does not allow you to do that. I do suggest trying to make boxes inside your base, making it hard for them to raid everything. But alright guys, that right there is pretty much the entire buffer. As we're saying, we have one trap over here, we have one side on the other over here, but before that we have one in the middle, as you can see right here. And then of course we have one all the way over on the other side as well. This right here is a corner design, however you can just rotate it and you should be good to go. Taking a look at the big picture, this right here is the entire base. So as you can see, we have pushed all our defenses into the front, making it hard for them to adjust 2 chunks away from the world border, so they can't shoot right next to world border, making it very annoying for you guys to patch. I have also extended the walls by 1 block, as you can see right there. That way they can't mid-air you, and that's going to be very annoying. Left shooting is most likely disabled. If not, you shouldn't really be doing this base in the first place. But if you do have this one built, you can gen walls all the way out to the world border. However, if left shooting is disabled, you do not have to. And let's just go ahead and dig into how easy it is to plant the walls, because some people have been finding it difficult to figure out exactly where the walls goes on my other design. So I kind of lined everything out right here. So of course we're gonna have our wraparounds right here. This is pretty much what you're gonna see. All this right here is gonna go all the way out. I mean, there's no reason to make that obsidian, spend your hard-earned cash on that, because I swear to God, it is not gonna get touched the entire map. If left shooting is disabled, you don't even have to do them. But they are pretty handy if you're doing, of course, counters and traps and stuff like that. But alright, so I got this lined out all the way out. As you can see, it is marking up exactly where sand wall goes, where obsidian goes, and everything. We have marked out for the obsidian pillars as well, or the adjustment counter-ish. We have marked out for the finsters. We have marked out for the anti-nukes and finsters again. We are marked out for the ocean. Every single bit is completely marked out, making it absolutely bulletproof to fuck up. And to be honest, I'm kind of proud of this design. If you are not familiar with anti-nukes, I'm gonna go ahead and teach you guys quickly how you're gonna do it. So this right here is pretty much gonna go all the way through your entire anti-nuke. So you're gonna do something like this, and then you're gonna do it at the top, and you're gonna just do this all the way up through all your sand walls right here and right there. And trust me, these right here is very useful, so you shouldn't ignore these. If we're taking at the anti-nuke sand walls, it should be looking something like this. And the reason we're doing it like this is because this is self-watering. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it like this, but oh, never mind. That actually worked out pretty well, not gonna lie. So the reason we have this one here is actually kind of useless because you're gonna shoot right here and it's probably gonna get rid of that. But the entire reason we have it is because it's gonna self-water. If we didn't have this one right here and you're gonna start to water from the top of the sand walls, well, this right here is dry, making it easy to just kind of slap bust and get through all of them. So please make sure that you make that block all the way through again so it can water everything. And I'm pretty sure that is absolutely everything that has to do with this base design. This right here uses all my past experience in factions to make the absolute best possible design at the moment. This is exactly what all the top factions are doing right now, besides of course color coding, having pillars in the ocean. But to be honest, all those are unnecessary unless it's difficult for you to leader your faction players. But alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like, a comment, and of course subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't yet joined your daily dose of Dexter, click that bell right now to get your daily dose of Dexter. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.